Hello, everyone, and welcome to Be the Brand TV. You are in the place to be for clarity, consistency, and authenticity in the way you develop your brand. Today, I have with me Miss Kristin Maurer on the show. She is the founder of Sunflower Connections. It is an amazing organization where she helps facilitate vision board creation. But, honey, when I tell you this is not your mama's vision board, that is what I'm talking about. It is not. And Kristin is going to talk to us a little bit about mindfulness and how we can use that to create a vision board that really does work, that helps us not only visualize, but actualize our vision for what we have for ourselves. Whether it's personal, professional, or as a business owner, this information is for you. If that's something you've been interested in doing or learning more about, keep watching.
Welcome to Be the Brand TV.
Hello, Miss Kristin. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on the show. This is such like an important time to have this lesson, and I want to dive right in. You know, when I do these interviews, I always try to do my research so that I don't sound like too dumb on the subject. But I did a little research, and in one of the things I read, there was a comment that said, imagining and doing are the same to your brain. And it goes on to say that mental imagery or visualization not only activates the same brain regions as the actual behavior, but also can speed up the learning of a new skill. Envisioning a different life may as successfully invoke change as the actual experience. So this was really big because we sometimes get hung up. I call it, paralysis by analysis that happens and we don't do because we can't see it. We don't understand how it's going to work. We are afraid. There's fear and anxiety associated with it. But with neuroscience, the science of actually thinking and how we think and how our brains work, I think this is important to know that the visualizing to your brain is the same as doing. So while we're here and we're sort of stuck at home, or if we're out of the quarantine when this drops, and the stuck at home piece is just that paralysis by analysis thing that I talked about, what are 3 to 5 tips that you can give us to visualize the change we want to see?
Fabulous question. I love this. So I think the first thing to do is take the time to just think about, what do you really want? Where are you at in life? What when you were a child or when you were a kid and someone said, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you answered that question, what did you say? You know, that would be a lot of people got into the routine, and maybe, you know, not just the routine, maybe it was go to college, get a job, all great. But all of us at any point in time should be able to stop and say, what do I really want? What would I really love about my life? Is this how I thought my life was going to be? That's the first thing. Give yourself that time. And maybe it means sitting quietly somewhere. Maybe it means getting out a notebook or a journal and just start writing. Just start writing. Or maybe it means pulling up that thought of something that you thought you wanted and you realized it just didn't manifest because life happened and you made excuses or whatever it is. Give yourself that time. That's the number one thing I would say, because that's going to really start your journey. And then the next thing, ask yourself, wait, why aren't I doing this? Why didn't I become this? Or why don't I think I can have this? Start really analyzing it, if you will. You know, I always wanted to do this or go here or be this. What stopped me? Giving yourself that time again to look at that and analyze the answers that are coming up, and then don't judge them. Maybe as you're doing this, write it all down. Don't judge yourself. And then say, oh, you know what? Maybe that was. And then looking at whatever that is. And then the next question would be, do I still want to do it? Do I still want this? Is it something that, you know, I'm good at? I don't want, but if it's something you do want, the next thing I would say, what's one action step you can take towards that? Because we can always do something. We look at where we are with what we have, and we take one action step. And it could be the smallest thing. It could be making a phone call to somebody. It could be sending a text message. It could be going to the library. It could be getting online. It could be doing research. What is that? And then look at why, because now you know, you looked at what you want, why you don't have it, and you've chosen something that you want. You've taken that action step, and then pull up why. Has it been fear? What has it been that's held me back? Give yourself that chance to analyze the whole situation. And I'd say the last thing, celebrate yourself for the journey that you've been on, for what's gotten you there. Because I guarantee whatever it is you might not have manifested yourself or whatever that is yet, it was the journey to get there. And maybe now's the time for you to actually manifest it or bring it into life, because this is the time that you're supposed to happen. So the number one biggest thing, it's the disconnect of people not sitting back and saying, what do I really want? This is an amazing time to do it. And then asking yourself, what would I really love about this?
Nice. I love that. I love, that we ask these questions of ourselves. So I think this whole paralysis by analysis happens because we think that the answer is going to come from outside of us, but it doesn't. The answer comes from inside of us, and being mindful of that and really going through the steps you just mentioned to open up our minds and find the answer for ourselves. And we might not like the answer sometimes. Like what we want to be, what we want to happen may not be the thing that is best for us, but in that opening up our minds, asking ourselves what it is we want to do, why we haven't done it yet, what has been holding us back, where did that come from? Doing this little piece of work is really going to help us get unstuck one way or another. We're either going to be unstuck and realize this wasn't for me in the first place, or we're going to be unstuck and we're going to move forward and we're going to get it done, the best way we know how. So this was amazing information for us to take on. This is like we just came out of, or we're still in the middle of, God knows where we're going to be, by the time this publishes. But the point is, whether we're in the middle of a pandemic, whether you just lost your job and you don't know what to do next, or whether you are just in the middle of a business idea, a plan, on the job, climbing the corporate ladder, and you feel stuck, the first thing you need to do is just kind of stop and think, and again, ask these questions so that you can begin to visualize your next step. Because like this quote just said, visualizing it, the imagery to your brain is doing it. Like your brain doesn't know the difference. So when we really tap into that idea, it makes that getting out of that paralysis mode easier, because our brain thinks we're actually doing it. So why not just, follow suit? I'm going to use that, Kristin, for exercise. My brain thinks I'm exercising, so I'm exercising.
You know what? I think there's actually something to that, because there's actually been studies where people have done things or just thought they were doing it. And there's actually real neuroscience analysis on it. It's really kind of cool. I don't know about that. Maybe you might want to just.
That's where I've been messing up. I've been messing up because I was thinking I didn't want to exercise. Yeah. What I need to be thinking is I'm actually exercising right now. And my brain thinks I am. I think I am. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Well, you know what? Take that point right now and just think about this. Just say that, you know what? I love exercising. If you said to yourself, I really love exercising. I love to go outside and go for a walk or go whatever. Watch how the feeling comes over your body. Just in that.
I think that works except in running, because I tried that with running. I used to try to run and I would go out and say, I really love this. I love this, but I didn't love it. I do think that I know that there is exactly something to that. There is something to having that positive thought about a negative action that you don't want to take, right? Absolutely right. All right, guys, I think the takeaway here is, if we're really being honest with ourselves, that our brain says we're exercising, so that's what we're doing. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for being on the show. Guys, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do that right now. Hit that red button and the bell to be notified. And we're going to leave a comment below. Kristin and I want to know, what are you doing? What do you need to visualize right now so that you can take steps in the direction of making that happen? That's going to be the question. Make sure you leave a comment below, and you might be talk about on the next video. I don't know. We'll see. I might just kind of put your stuff up there. Thanks again for being on the show with me, Kristin.
So welcome. This was a
all right.
fun.
Awesome.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining. is, you know, if we're really being honest with ourselves, that our brain says we're exercising, so that's what we're doing. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for being on the show. Guys, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do that right now. Hit that red button and the bell to be notified. And we're going to leave a comment below. Kristin and I want to know, what are you doing? What do you need to visualize right now so that you can take steps in the direction of making that happen? That's going to be the question. Make sure you leave a comment below, and you might be talked about on the next video. I don't know. We'll see. I might just kind of put your stuff up there. Thanks again for being on the show with me, Kristin.
So welcome. This was
all right.
Fun.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining. All right. So